Hi, this is Tim, and this morning I was going to do a short video about structural fitness, basically just explaining what structural fitness is. I've been doing this now for a little over a year and had amazing results, and really excited and wanted to share that with you. So basically, structural fitness deals with the structure, of course, with our bones, and it's a method for resetting your body back to its original design. And that, of course, is the design that nature gave you when you were born. And so the reason that we are resetting is because we are creatures of movement. And our body tends to adjust itself based on the environment and the movement that we're getting from that environment. So as an example, one thing that is so common in our culture is computers, of course, and so many people working at computers for hours at a day. And a lot of times for most folks that looks like this. Head forward, shoulders forward. You know, people are here. See me or not, but they're like this. It's like after actually a very short period of time, the body starts to adjust. You know, the muscles start to say, oh, okay, this is where we're supposed to be, with the shoulders forward, with the hands forward, with the neck forward. And all of a sudden we're walking around and moving around, looking like that all the time, instead of just in front of the computer. And so that would be fine, except for the fact that that's not how we're designed to look. And that's not how we're designed to stand and sit. And, you know, what happens is as I mentioned, I think I mentioned, that our muscles move our bones. Well, you know, your joints have a proper place to sit in alignment, just the same way any machine, like a car, does. You know, it's like your steering mechanism and your front end alignment. You know, if your car's pulling off to the right, it's because something's out of alignment. And structural fitness is very similar to that. So if you have your structure that this is good alignment, then all of a sudden you're holding yourself in a position to where things start moving, and all of a sudden this becomes the norm. Well, you get in a place to where this isn't good. And a lot of times the body will go, hey, you know, this isn't good. And what happens is you get rubbing and movement that you weren't designed to have, because the function is wrong. And when you have rubbing and movement that you're not designed to have, that a lot of times creates inflammation. Inflammation is your body's way of saying, stop moving. And, you know, the last thing that you want to do when you have inflammation with a situation where the structure is incorrect is to remove the inflammation, at least until you start moving the structure back. I mean, you can remove the inflammation and move it back, but you don't want to just remove the inflammation and leave the dysfunctional structure, because then it allows this movement to take place and more wear happens until this gives way. Then you got a serious problem. So, you know, again, what structural fitness is about is not just removing the pain that's caused by the inflammation. It's about moving things back to where they're supposed to be. Because here, there's very little tension, there's no pain. This is just good freedom of movement. And, you know, that's kind of the basics of it. We do this through a series of exercises and stretches. Some exercises are designed to activate muscles that aren't working because they've been moved into a position and held in that position where there's no need for them. And so you do a few exercises and all of a sudden the muscles come back on board. And then other exercises and stretches are designed to relax the muscles that are overworked. Because you can be sure that if you have pain or tension, you've got some overworked muscles, you've got some underworked muscles, you have both. And you need to address both of those. And so it's about balance. It's about getting, again, back to that design that we're all born with. And that design is good balance and good symmetry and good function. And it's a step-by-step process that for some people happens actually pretty quickly, and for others happens more slowly. Depends on how much, you know, the body's moved and how quickly you want to let go of that stuff. So that's basically structural fitness. Thank you for listening to this video. I hope that explains it a little bit better. Of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me or you can call me. I'll be happy to help out any way I can. And of course, share this video with anyone who you think might be benefited by it. Thank you.